Check this out and watch till the end for an explanation on this. Okay, so I'm about to read off why this is happening, but before that, I have to say this. There are a lot of, conspiracy theorists on the left who claim that the government one day is just gonna come through with military tanks and do martial law on everybody just because they're big, evil, corrupt government, right? But the truth is, actions like this is the reason why they're going to do that. You guys are asking for martial law. You guys have been tricked so much into thinking that criminals have more rights than everybody on the planet that you get to just pick up your rock and do this type of shit. And at the same time, you don't even care if that rock bounces off the car and hits your own self in the head or hits somebody else in the head who has nothing to do with this. This is how savages act. Now let me read this. There's some guy, America the Great, salute to him, who is throwing rocks. He added the Grok page, which you add that on Twitter and it'll answer your question with the best of its AI ability. And I know kind of dismissing AI is going to be considered AI shaming in no time, so I'm sorry about that, okay? But here we go. Protesters opposing ICE raids threw rocks at federal vehicles in Paramount, California, of course, on June 7, 2025, near a Home Depot. News reports describe them as anti-ICE demonstrators, but don't specify their political affiliations. Yeah, we know who they're affiliated with, okay? Some X posts label them as left-wing extremists. Of course they're wrong about that. But this isn't confirmed by credible sources. Of course it's not a credible source to think these are left-wingers. What the hell? Suggested possible bias. Their actions escalated tensions, leading to clashes with federal agents. Look how this AI is geared to protect the left over there and absolve them of any responsibility for this because they incited all this. Now let me read this. Somebody, James Smith, replies, "Are there any right-leaning Americans who support anti-ICE demonstrations? If so, can you name one?" Right, there's literally none. And Gronkowski replies, "No prominent right-leaning Americans are known to support anti-ICE demonstrations as of June 7, 2025. Anti-ICE protests, which criticize U.S. immigration and customs enforcement methods like detentions, are largely backed by left-leaning groups." Thanks, Gronk, for clearing that up. You wouldn't have done that if somebody didn't question it. Okay? Polling shows 72% of Republicans favor ICE, while 72% of Democrats view it unfavorably. Conservative figures like House Republicans have publicly praised ICE, and no credible evidence suggests crossover support for these protests. Claims on X about protesters don't confirm right-leaning involvement. The partisan divide appears strong, with no notable exceptions identified. And it's funny how these left-leaning people hate detentions, right? They're always supporting the criminal who goes to jail or something like that and claims that things like this is inhumane or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's behavior like this that requires that. If you own like a city or something and your civilians or whatever are running around throwing rocks at each other, and even before this, let's just go to average criminal behavior. You gangbanging, you selling drugs, doing pimping, whatever. This type of behavior you cannot allow in a society. So what the left is really fighting for is not human rights. People who abide by the law and all that do not have to go to jail and stuff or be in detentions. They're not going to flee to other countries with criminal records and then expect to just be free there as well. This is what the left is fighting for, criminal rights. Now I'm about to play a video of what really should have happened to these people.
Missed. Tossed a rock and he fucking missed. Goofy ass. Oh, these motherfuckers gonna cause an accident right here. Oh shit! Oh shit! Holy fuck, he fucking hit his ass hard.
And can you believe, and this is for some people that don't understand politics, what they stand for on each side, they just think left and right is the same thing. Can you believe there are some leftists or liberals that believe that is too harsh to do to somebody that threw a rock at your car or tried to, hurt you with anything? They feel like exacting revenge on somebody who is a criminal or something is wrong, because that's the demoralization tactic. It's to uplift the criminal and put down the law-abiding person who hasn't done anything to them. It's to point the finger at anything above them, anything that any authority figures or people that abide by the law. Is to make the law abiders and authority figures seem like the evil people. And the code of the street says that if somebody does anything harmful or messes with you, you're supposed to do something right back to them to make sure that they never do it again. But the street people will praise this ideology when it come amongst them. But when it come to the police or an authority doing something back to somebody, this is the most evil thing in the world. And this is taught by these leftists in the country that are trying to lower the class of the whole country, which is why they will have you comfortable being a criminal or something and say, hey, you guys are right. The big bad police, they're wrong. We're going to make sure you guys feel like you're safe and all this. Literally, you go into these neighborhoods, you might get smacked in the fucking head with a rock, shot or beat up or something. But we'll make sure you guys are safe against these big bad evil law-abiding citizens and police. And then the funny thing is the liberal oppressors who are teaching these poor innocent criminals this stuff, they are literally telling them, projecting, because they know what's going to happen when uprisings happen in countries, when you guys start going against the law and against authority and saying, hey, I got criminal rights and all this. They know that the military got to step in. So what they do is they early prepare you to despise that when it happens. So they teach you, oh, hey, guys, and what they're going to do is send in the military and throw you guys in concentration camps and all this, because they know that this behavior is going to lead to that. So here go these fools, morons, throwing rocks at federal agent cars. Dude, like, I would never tell my kids to go out and do no shit like this. We ain't brainwashed enough to go do some stupid shit like that. Live your life. Go get a job. Go out there and do something. Make something of yourself. Be in harmony with nature. Be in harmony with humankind. Stop fighting for your rights to be a savage. Damn. This is moronic behavior. They are playing you. These people like AOC and all of them, they know what's going to happen to y'all. This is how you really enslave a country. You put them against the law. Every country at its purest form started off, with law. Okay? I learned this from Moors. It started off law-abiding, everything. You had to be in harmony with everything. The only reason slavery or prisons ever had to exist was for people that couldn't abide by the law. They had that devil in them. They had that savage in them. I can't let you roam the streets when you're eating people, when you're fucking, being a savage, hurting people, throwing rocks at people, hitting people with shit. Just doing stupid shit, being dumb and low vibrational. I can't allow you in society. This is why prisons and shit started. Okay? They know this. They know that your status is based on your ability to be a normal human being. They know that. So anytime these political figures get in here and start appropriating lawless behavior, just know they're trying to get you thrown in jail, and they're going to act like your friend while they do it. So you don't turn the guns on them and say, hey, you're trying to get me locked up. Why would you tell me to go slap this cop? And I'm going to go to jail if I slap this cop. Why are you telling me it's okay to do that? So yeah, I don't really get into the political parties. I like Donald Trump. I felt like he went against the Republican criminals that were in there, and they were trying to get him up out of there too. But one thing you ain't going to see Republicans do is appropriate lawless behavior. They actually shame that type of behavior. So that's a good sign in a political party, is where you're at least telling people, hey, don't go against the law. Because in every state, dude, every country is founded on actual law. I don't care what they tell you. The people that's telling you the whole world is corrupt and they're out to get you, these are these leftists that want you to be criminals so they can lock you up. Okay? Why you think all the bills that they passed in the 90s and the 80s was to be tougher on crimes was passed by Democrats? Okay? So you have to be careful. They're going to act like your friend, but they know they can't wait to get you put up in that prison. So do not listen to these people, okay? And I got friends, I got family that really take that serious. They're really under that liberal spell. Like when them riots was happening in Milwaukee, a lot of my family was down there with guns and everything. Okay, so I really ain't just saying this as a oh, I don't like these people. I'm really trying to put people on. Do not fall for this shit. They're really trying to turn you against the country, and they're trying to make you their slaves. They're trying to already program you to believe that you're going to belong in one of these camps, which you are. If you out there causing trouble to society, you belong in one of these. Okay? Just be a good person. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Literally, ain't nothing wrong with good, with right. Okay? So y'all keep that in mind. Take heed. Let me know what y'all think of in the comments. This is crucial. I ain't woke, I'm up. Peace, love, 13.
We do have vampires around us. Crucial 13, that's what's up. Shout out to you.
I feel like every time Crucial ever talked, it was making mad sense.
Get Crucial.
I'm hungry. I need some bacon.
Look at this.
Look at this. This is the city I'm in right now.